You didn't find this video by accident. Something bigger led you here. Strange patterns, precise coincidences, repeating numbers. Is all of this really random? Or have invisible forces been trying to communicate with you this whole time? What if every decision, every obstacle, every thought was part of a bigger plan? Would you be ready to see it? Now, the real question is, are you ready to act before it's too late? Wake up to the universe's hidden messages. You ever feel like some coincidences are just way too perfect to be random? Like when you suddenly think about someone you haven't seen in years, and out of nowhere, they show up? Or when the same number keeps popping up everywhere, on the clock, on license plates, on receipts, almost like it's trying to get your attention. Maybe you've noticed certain words or symbols appearing at the most unexpected moments, like invisible whispers saying, "Look closer." But what if none of this was random? What if the universe has been trying to talk to you this whole time, and you just never learned how to listen? The truth is, there's a higher intelligence at play, a hidden order weaving the fabric of reality so subtly that most people never even notice it. But for those who are ready, these signs don't just become visible, they start to make sense. Now, think about this. Why are you here? Out of billions of videos on the internet, why did this one find its way to you? Maybe because on some level, you felt the pull. Something inside you knows there's more to life than what meets the eye. The question isn't whether the universe is sending you signs. It always has been. The real question is, are you ready to see them? Ever been thinking about someone and out of nowhere they text you? Or maybe you're deep in thought about something, and suddenly, a random conversation, a line in a book, or even a song on the radio hands you exactly the answer you needed. Now think about it. How many times has this happened, and you just brushed it off as a coincidence? But what if I told you that none of this is random? What if these moments were actually signs from your universe? Little coded messages woven into reality, just waiting for you to notice. The truth is, the universe doesn't operate in chaos. Everything follows a precise flow, an alignment of energy and vibration. There's a fundamental principle behind all of this, the law of cause and effect. Nothing just happens out of nowhere. Every thought you have, every emotion you feel, sends out a wave into the unseen field of reality. And that wave echoes back, drawing in circumstances, encounters, and answers that match your frequency. This is synchronicity. It's not magic. It's not superstition. It's how the universe responds to the energy you put out, like an echo returning to you, like an invisible mirror reflecting back what's inside you. Ever notice that when you're in love, you suddenly start seeing that person's name everywhere? Or when you're thinking about switching careers, conversations, videos, and job opportunities just start showing up, pointing you exactly in that direction? None of that is random. These are vibrational patterns manifesting in your reality. And the signs? They're all around you. Repeating numbers like 1111, 2222, 333, they're vibrational codes, signals that you're in sync with something bigger. Phrases that keep showing up in different places, unexpected encounters, moments that align so perfectly it almost feels surreal. The universe is always speaking. You just have to learn how to listen. But here's the thing. We've been conditioned to believe that reality is fixed, that randomness rules everything, and that we have no control over what happens to us. That's one of the biggest lies humanity has ever bought into. What you feel, think, and believe creates an energetic field around you, and that field attracts experiences that align with it. The more aware you become of your vibration, the clearer and more frequent these signs will be. The more present you are, the more you'll realize that nothing is ever just a coincidence. So now, tell me, are the signs really missing, or have you just not been looking at them the right way? If the universe wanted to send you a sign, how do you think it would do it? Are you expecting something dramatic, like a mysterious voice echoing out of nowhere? A prophetic dream revealing everything you need to know? Maybe some divine beam of light pointing directly at the answer? The truth is, signs rarely show up in such obvious ways. The universe does speak, but it whispers, and only those who learn to listen will notice. Signs don't appear as flashy miracles. They show up as small anomalies in reality, a pattern that keeps repeating, an unlikely event, a gut feeling you just can't shake. What seems like a coincidence to most is actually a coded message for those who are awake enough to see it. So the real question is, are you paying attention? Reality isn't random. It's a reflection of your internal state. The law of correspondence teaches that what's inside you manifests in the external world. When something keeps showing up, a number, a word, a symbol, it's not by chance, it's a code. One of the most common signs? Repeating numbers. Keep seeing 1111, 2222, 333 everywhere? That's not a glitch in the matrix. Those are vibrational codes. 1111 shows up when you're in sync with a spiritual shift. 333 might signal the presence of higher guidance. Each sequence carries its own energetic signature. But patterns aren't just about numbers. Maybe a specific song keeps playing wherever you go. Maybe the same name pops up multiple times in a single day. Maybe a certain symbol keeps appearing in books, conversations, or on your phone screen. This isn't random. This is a call. When these patterns show up, stop and ask yourself, what was I thinking about in that moment? What was I feeling? Because that's the key to decoding what the universe is trying to tell you. And then there are those coincidences that just shouldn't happen. You start thinking about moving to a new city, and suddenly everyone around you is talking about that exact place. You have a burning question in your mind, and then, out of nowhere, someone brings up the exact topic in a random conversation. That's not just luck. The law of vibration teaches that everything in the universe moves at a specific frequency, and when your energy shifts, your reality shifts with it. Your thoughts and intentions send waves into the unseen field of existence, and those waves magnetize situations, encounters, and opportunities that align with your frequency. When you start opening up to something new, you'll naturally start seeing that thing show up in your life, because now your energy resonates with it. The universe is telling you, keep going, you're on the right path. But most people ignore it. They dismiss these moments, call them coincidences, and keep moving, never realizing they just received confirmation, a subtle nudge in the direction they were meant to go. If something improbable happens more than once, don't ignore it. Chance is rarely just chance. Signs from the universe don't just come from the outside. They come from within you too. The law of mentalism teaches that your outer reality is a reflection of your mind. And your mind isn't just your rational thoughts. Your intuition, your emotions, even your body pick up on things your conscious brain hasn't processed yet. Ever met someone and for no apparent reason felt like something was off? Or the opposite, felt an instant connection with someone you just met? That's your intuition speaking. Your body senses energy before your mind can put it into words. The problem? We've been trained to ignore that instinct. We're told to be rational, to be logical, to not trust gut feelings. But intuition isn't irrational. It's a deeper intelligence, recognizing patterns beyond your conscious awareness. If you're about to make a decision and feel an unexplained discomfort, pay attention. It could be a warning. If, on the other hand, something feels effortlessly right, even if it doesn't make logical sense, maybe that's the direction you're supposed to go. The universe speaks in many ways. It shows you patterns. It delivers impossible coincidences. And most importantly, it speaks through you, through your feelings, your instincts, and your connection to something bigger. But there's one thing the universe can't do: force you to listen. The signs have always been there, and now you know that. So tell me, are the signs really missing? Or have you just not been looking at them the right way? Have you ever felt a quiet certainty inside you? A calm and steady knowing that didn't need an explanation? And have you noticed how that subtle voice is usually right? Now compare that to those restless thoughts that pop up out of nowhere. the ones that bring doubt, anxiety, and a flood of worst-case scenarios. They send your mind spinning in circles, keeping you stuck between the fear of making the wrong choice and the urge to stay in control. So how do you know which voice to listen to? How do you tell the difference between intuition and just another random thought? The Hermetic Principle of Polarity teaches us that everything in the universe exists on a spectrum. Intuition and ordinary thinking operate on completely different frequencies. One comes from a deep connection to something greater. The other is just the noise of an overactive mind. Intuition is clear. It doesn't shout. It just knows. You don't need to overanalyze it or search for proof. It feels like alignment, as if your soul already recognizes the path before your mind even catches up. Random thoughts, on the other hand, are loud, chaotic, and full of second-guessing. They feed on the need to predict the future, avoid mistakes, and grasp onto certainties that life simply doesn't offer. They hold you back, trapping you in hesitation. Intuition is persistent. It doesn't just disappear. If something keeps coming back to you, through dreams, random conversations, or signs from the universe, pay attention. The universe doesn't repeat itself for no reason. Random thoughts, however, are impulsive and unstable. They show up suddenly, fueled by fear or the need for control, but fade just as fast as they came. There's a simple way to tell the difference. If the feeling brings clarity and peace, it's intuition. If it brings anxiety and urgency, it's just mental noise. Intuition never pushes, it invites. Most people ignore this inner compass because they've been conditioned to trust the loudness of their mind over the quiet wisdom of their heart. But the truth is, your intuition has always been there, waiting for you to finally start listening. Now think about it. How many times have you already known the answer before you even asked? If the universe's signs are everywhere, why do some people seem to notice them so clearly while others go their entire lives without seeing anything? The answer is simple. Perception is a skill. Like any other, it can be trained and developed. Ever learned a new word and suddenly started seeing it everywhere? It's not that the word just started existing. It was always there. What changed was your focus. The same thing happens with signs from the universe. They've always been around you, but if your mind isn't trained to recognize them, they'll simply go unnoticed. But that can change. If you want to strengthen your connection with the universe and recognize its signs more clearly, there are practical ways to do it. Now you really gotta pay attention to this. Congrats. If you made it this far, you're clearly ready to take the next step in your luminous quest. At the very end of this video, there's a special gift card waiting for you. Something to speed up your evolution even more. Once you're done, help the universe amplify your achievement by dropping a comment below with, "Hey universe, I'm listening." But don't get distracted now, because the best part of this video is about to be revealed. Keeping a synchronicity journal is the first step to decoding the signs. Grab a notebook or create a note on your phone, and every day, write down any coincidences that catch your attention. It could be a repeating number, a phrase that pops up in different places, or an answer that randomly appears to something you were just thinking about. At the end of the week, go back and review your notes. You'll start to see patterns. Maybe certain messages keep repeating. Maybe you'll realize that some answers were being given before you even knew you were asking the question. This trains your mind to consciously recognize the universe's signs. The more you write them down, the more you train your brain to pick up on things that would have otherwise slipped by unnoticed. Another powerful practice is the mental question exercise. If the universe truly responds, why not test it directly? Before you go to sleep, close your eyes and ask a clear question. It can be something big, like, "What's my next step in life?" Or something small, like, "What do I need to learn right now?" Don't force an answer. Just put the question out into the universe and let it go. The next day, stay open. The answer might come in many forms. A random conversation, a song playing at just the right moment, a symbolic dream, or even a sudden intuition that seems to come out of nowhere. This exercise strengthens your connection to the universe's language. and teaches your mind to interpret subtle messages. The more you practice, the faster the answers come. To receive signs clearly, your mind needs to be receptive. If it's always cluttered with worries and scattered thoughts, the signs will get lost in the noise. That's where the universal flow meditation comes in. Find a quiet place, close your eyes, and take a deep breath. Imagine yourself as an open channel, ready to receive guidance. Repeat in your mind, "I'm ready to receive the guidance I need." Now just listen. Trust the first thought, image, or feeling that comes to you. It might be subtle, but if it feels clear, pay attention. Over time, your connection to the signs will become stronger. The universe has always been speaking to you. The real question is, were you just too distracted to notice? The signs have always been around you. Maybe you never noticed them, maybe you ignored them, rationalized them, or brushed them off as coincidences. But now you know the truth. Nothing happens by chance. Every repeating number that crossed your path, every phrase that showed up at just the right moment, every gut feeling that tried to warn you about something, all of it was the universe trying to communicate with you. And if the universe is speaking, the only question that really matters is, are you listening? Noticing the signs takes more than just looking. It requires seeing. It means quieting the noise in your mind, trusting that inner voice that has always known the way, even when you doubted it. Now take a look around. Think back over the last few weeks. What patterns have repeated? What encounters seem too unlikely to be random? What messages has the universe been sending you that you weren't ready to accept? The signs never stopped. The truth is, the universe has been trying to guide you all along. But there's one thing it can't do for you: force you to listen. So tell me, what has it been trying to say to you lately?